Welcome back to another week of Route Lab, week 6 of the NFL. At number 10, we got George Pickens taking a slant to the house. I love this route. Very simple slant, three-step slant, right? Nothing to really talk about there. Everything after the catch is what I love. He runs right through this catch, right through the football, does not hesitate for even a split second, and that's what scores him the touchdown. If he hesitated even for a split second, one of these two guys are making the tackle on him. And I love his run after the catch. He sees two defenders. He splits them both, right? He takes the perfect angle to not get tackled. And I love the frame where you can literally see 7 or 8 Panthers defenders in the frame without a single Cowboy, and he still scores this ball. So I think it's an elite play by him to score off of a simple slant route with all these defenders in the picture. Great job by him. At number 9, we got Josh Palmer running a post route versus cover 4. Every wide receiver should be licking their chops if they have a post route versus cover 4, especially if the defense is playing a tight quarters coverage and the near safety is held down by their number 2 or number 3 receiver like in this video, and he's not just bailing to the deep fourth. Then it's just a one-on-one between you and the corner. And this corner is already at a disadvantage. He's already playing outside leverage on Palmer here. And Palmer does a great job of attacking his outside leverage, because as Palmer attacks his outside leverage, this corner widens even further, because what does he want to do? He wants to keep his leverage. He's outside for a reason. And then Josh at the top of the route gives a little rocker step. Very subtle, but this little rocker step gets the corner to open his chest downfield to think that he's running a go ball. You can see that this slightly affects the corner, but that alone creates so much separation as Josh is already running full speed down the field. And then he does a great job of high pointing the football at the end of the play. The ball was a little bit underthrown. High points the heck out of this football, makes the catch, explosive play. Great job. At number 8, we got this big boy crazy catch by A.J. Brown on this go ball. AJ does a good job off the release, trying to give this little hesitation move. I think he could have done a better job of closing a little bit more ground and being more even with the corner as he makes this move. Because the corner is over top of him, it makes it easier for him to recover, right? He stops his feet just slightly, and that's not enough for him to be beaten. And if he was more even with him when he makes this hesitation move, then the corner would have fell behind. Nevertheless, though, AJ does a great job with his hands, the use of his physicality, swatting the corner and kind of giving him a little push off to create separation. At the end of the day, this ball was underthrown, and AJ does a great job of adjusting. His adjustment at the perfect time to turn back around for the ball and just make a great catch. This is just a high-level elite play by A.J. Brown here against the Giants. At number 6, we got George Pickens running a dig route. Pickens does a great job using physicality at the top of the route. This corner is sitting right at his depth, and the corner is trying to be the aggressor and put his hands on Pickens to disrupt his timing. And Pickens does a great job of using physicality to his advantage, creating separation, and he does a great job of coming back downhill after he makes his break. He shaves downhill to catch this ball and does not drift upfield. And then he does a great job knowing where the defender is at, taking a step forward and spinning out of this tackle. Real elite play, spinning out of that tackle. Can you stop? I got my girlfriend in here. She's making fun of me as I'm making these videos. Nevertheless, spinning out of this tackle and got a great block by his tight end, Ferguson here, picking up an extra 35 yards here. Explosive play, big momentum changer, and he even throws in a little sucker punch at the end. At number 5, we got Ja'Marr Chase running an out and up and finishing with a touchdown on an insane catch. On the out portion of the route, could have done a little bit better of a job selling the out, giving his head and eyes back to the quarterback to really try to sell this. I think the corner really feels, that he's not selling the out and he's expecting the out and up. So the corner does a great job of playing to Chase's top shoulder, kind of angling him to the sideline, which, as you can see, kind of pushes Chase towards the sideline ticks. But this is just a great job of finishing through contact. I don't know how this wasn't a penalty, but my gosh, just fighting through the contact, doing anything you can to make this catch. What a catch, man. And this just shows why he's one of the best receivers in the league. Number 4 here on the top 10 of the week, we got Parker Washington running what seems to be like this slot fade out route. So in the first portion of the route, he's selling the slot fade. He does a great job of making this nickel think that he's going deep. You can tell that this DB thinks the receiver is going deep by the way he opens up his hips and runs. He's putting his head down and digging to try to to try to save the deep ball. And when this receiver makes the break, there's so much separation because this DB has to stop all of his momentum. And this just goes to show it was a great job of selling the first route first. Clean break, getting out in 4 quick steps, and then the finish is what I love. Getting an extra 15 to 20 yards just because he made the first guy miss. Like, as a receiver, that is always the goal that I've been taught from my receiver coaches. Make the first guy miss and see what happens. At number 2, we got Jackson Smith-Njigba running a post corner route. This guy is having a heck of a year, proving everybody wrong who thought he couldn't be a wide receiver 1. Nevertheless, on this route, this corner is opening up and bailing right when the ball is snapped, has the deep third. Jackson does a great job of attacking his back hip, right? Attacking this corner's blind spot. Then he stuck his foot in the ground and sold the post, which got this corner to bite, right? The reason why attacking this corner's blind spot is so crucial is because on a post route, that's how you would attack him. You would attack the corner's blind spot, stick your foot in the ground, and then run the post. And he did just that, and then ran the post, and then broke to the corner. Really clean break out of the post to the corner. A lot of times on these routes, the corner's leverage dictates how you're going to make this break. If the corner is way over top, then you can take it a little bit higher to get more yards. But if he's closer to you, you have to make the break flatter and shave back downhill so he can't make a play on the ball. Overall, really good route. Look at the separation created. And just a great year for the kid so far. At number 1, we got Douglas from the Patriots running this deep post on a max protection 2-man route. My guy is better than your guy. We're going to take a shot, right? Very similar to number 1 of last week. If you haven't seen that, check that out on my page. But really good job affecting both the corner and the safety. He inside released the nickel, which is really important on this route because now he is in the safety's point of view. The safety is worried about him. And on this route, you're really running it off of the safety. You're trying to kill the safety like he did here, right? And the reason that the safety bites on the corner is because Douglas takes a trigger step and 3 hard steps leaning to the corner. His head, eyes, shoulder, everything about his body language sells corner, and the safety opens up his hips, and he's dead meat at that point. Right, Douglas sticks his foot in the ground, runs to the post. The safety has to baseball turn. He's completely lost. And I really love the finish here by Douglas, right? He locates the safety right after he catches the ball, makes him miss, and goes and scores a touchdown. Do not leave it up to your team to have to go score in the red zone after a play like this. Do everything you can to try to score. And he makes a really good move here, right? Making the first man miss, and he scores a touchdown after that. Right, really explosive play, really important for this football team at this point in the game.